This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Glitter and Lasers 2024 year review. We are in April, and we will be progressing hopefully all the way through April, March, April, May, all the way through May. One of these videos I'm going to have to try to cram 3 months in because I don't want to have another just singular month. I'm thinking it's probably going to be October, November, December because she didn't really do a whole lot in the last half of the year except try to get people to buy her sweaters, so unrelated to what we're talking about right now. All right, so we're in April. We're at the end of the running saga and the beginning of the never-ending vacations. And that's before Lipedema. But I believe she kind of sprinkles in a little bit in April and May, various foreshadowing, I guess I should say. I'll try to point them out when I see them. So, but this is one of the final cooking videos that Anna did, and this one's not really like cook with me meal style. This is like something she found on TikTok that she decided she wanted to try. It's like a viral snack. Whatever. I don't care if you want to eat salami with cream cheese that's been deep fried. I come from the Midwest. We literally deep fry butter. It's okay if that's what you want to eat. I don't know why, but if you do, you're an adult. The only real thing I want to say about this whole chaos of this video that I didn't mention last time we watched it, you did a great job, Anna. Gen X lady, go home. You're drunk. The only real thing I wanted to say here is around this part at the beginning, she says, what was it? I love it when a tasty man makes a tasty snack. And it's just one of those things where I'm like, for a moment, if you would, please imagine that Anna is a 600-pound guy, right? And he says something to the effect of, I love when a tasty woman makes a tasty treat. I'm pretty sure people would be unamused by that, right? I just feel like Anna gets away with a lot of inappropriateness. So now we're moving on to April 2nd. This is, I believe, the wrap-up of her Virgin Islands trip. Yeah. And then... oh, yes. And then we work out again. Warm weather and back from travel means I am back to my 3 W's. Weights, winning, and water. I don't know what winning has to do with it. Hashtag winning. Yes, running for me is a win with how long I've been working at it. Since August of the year prior. For me, having all 3 components gives me a challenging but enjoyable workout. ... Especially when I lack motivation because I want to be back at the beach. It's so relatable. I know how I just can't like do my everyday shit because I just wish I was on the beach too. Anyway, what are your quote best workout must-dos? My best workout must-dos? Like what I must do in order to have my best workout? I mean, starts go to the gym. Don't eat an hour before. Don't eat at least an hour before. I have found if I work out with food on my stomach, I get very sick afterwards. I'm fine during the workout. It's after the workout I start getting like stupid nauseous. What else? Make sure I've got water with me, but the gym has a water fountain, so even if I forget it, I can just go get a sip at the water fountain. What else? Oh, you gotta have your headset. Because, I'm sorry, the music they play at the gym is awful. They have the Rockbot app, and I purposefully make it play K-pop when I'm there. To date, no one has noticed. Yeah, that's it, really. Make sure you have the right shoes. Even then, I've worked out in the wrong shoes just because I'm there. I don't know. The best workout is the workout you did. I watch Call Me Kevin do that when he's gaming. He goes, I think it's funny. Anyway, so this is a new vacation she's on. This was like an influencer vacation. This is another influencer here who she doesn't mention. And she's on this boat with a couple other girls who do like traveling stuff. So my point is they were all invited to be on this trip because they were supposed to be advertising for this travel company, right? You could tell that it's stuck because I forget who these people were. And I also forget where she went, but I'm sure she'll mention it in a minute. But anyway, she says, sometimes in a bigger body, it's hard to admit when you need help. I appreciate the people in my life who recognize that and continually encourage me to do things that seem scary. I was scared to get off the boat because the ladder needed to get back on was the worst, ... So I watched others have fun and didn't try. Just like at the happiness retreat in Finland, I watched everybody else sit at the table and didn't ask for a larger chair so I could sit in the corner and be miserable the whole time and make everybody think I didn't like them to the point where they finally asked me what the fuck my problem was at the end of the retreat. And I said, I don't fit at the table. And they were like, why didn't you just ask for a bigger chair? And I was like, because I don't want to be a burden. And they were all like, that's not the point. This is a happiness retreat. Why won't you eat with the rest of us like a normal person? Anyway, I may be ad-libbing a bit there. I have a feeling this is kind of the same thing going on here. First off, Anna loves to swim, and she's good at it. I mean, as far as I can tell. She's not like an Olympic swimmer, but she's very comfortable swimming. So, bullshit to start. Secondly, how have you gotten on every other boat you've been on this entire time? So, I call bullshit on this. However, she says, let me know if you want to see how we modified the ladder to help me get up. So this leads into the next video. Here's what I did to help myself get back on a boat at sea easier. Candidly, I didn't realize how many people have felt just like me, and I hope this little hack helps so many more people feel empowered to get to enjoy the water. I would never allow somebody to do this. Like, this is the most unsafe thing I have ever witnessed. I had the captain, or one of the girls who was experienced in sailing, tie a mariner's knot with a long rope on a cleat, little metal piece used for tying things to the boat. Okay, I'm learning terms. I know words. On the back of the boat. Then when getting out of the water, I could use my upper and lower body strength to lift out of the water. Is that what you're doing? With my weight distributed evenly, you're almost falling. Anyway, it became significantly easier to get out. Small caveat, it takes some practice to do it and get easier over time as you build muscle memory. You weren't on vacation that long, girlfriend. If this still feels overwhelming, look for boats with stairs out of the water instead of ladders. Okay? You know, because we all have the option of, you know, making sure our boats are completely suited for our personal individual needs. Like, I know just the other day I was looking at boats. These are more commonly found on boats used for day trips or excursions. They make getting out of the water much easier and are better built for people with a variety of different mobility issues. Okay, so here's the thing. This is, I do believe, the boat that she was concerned about fitting into the latrine of. Like, she was afraid she wouldn't fit on the toilet and made a big deal of it in her video. And then, like, the very next clip, she was like, I fit. And then we didn't talk about it again. So it's like, okay, so you're just being goofy for this. You're just basically insinuating that this travel company that invited you to be here, that they're fat phobic, which you're kind of doing here too. Basically she's complaining that this boat won't accommodate her and her mass because using a ladder is difficult for 600-pound people. Go figure. I don't even know if it's rated for that. But this is the second time. Well, it's technically the first, but it's the second time I remember seeing her basically slam this boat for not fitting her. Whose fault is that, Anna? Anyway, just so you know what y'all are getting yourself into. Confidence, travel, humor, style, positive vibes, joy. What am I getting myself into? I don't... What? Oh, I wish people had a 30-second trailer so I can see what I'm getting myself into. Okay, fair. All right. Fair. Oh, yeah. Honestly, though, Anna's 30-second trailer should include the meltdown from the bagel, not being able to walk, talking to the physical therapist trying to get her insurance to pay for her liposuction, calling kids in New York bad dancers, and then going, look what I can do, look what I can do. What else should we shove in there so people get a real idea of what Anna's like? Her crying over her tarts not being accepted by the Michelin star chef. What are some other stellar moments? Oh, having a meltdown over putting a gingerbread house together. Just saying. Put it out there. Cooking is always an adventure when you don't fully know what you're doing. Hey, yeah. All right, so the taco, yeah, the salami taco episode that we watched on the first, these were already in the background cooked. So this video happened before that video. I don't know if we ever found out what the hell these are for. That's a spaghetti squash, by the way. That is a lot of salt. And I don't know what the hell's up with Anna in this one, but she is like weird in this one. She's like super weird in this one. Let's see. 3-5 would not do again. Was fun for the family, but the glasses were overpriced. Oh, the eclipse. So this is 4-8. There was a solar eclipse on the 8th. Pretty cool. Well, she got to see the damn near almost. Oh, she almost got the fire ring. So close. I don't know if anybody got to see that, but what drink would you drink a bathtub full of? If you haven't tried the Starbucks iced lavender cream matcha yet, you are missing out on something special. 10 out of 10 will buy again, and also probably spill on myself again because klutz life is real. No, you just literally can't eat or drink food without spilling it down the front of yourself. So, you also... You like so totally did that on purpose. Watch. Anyway, but Anna doesn't make feeder fodder. Anyway, now something to point out. Anna is... This is probably taken when she first went to, because of the outfit, when she was first in Seattle to become the Starbucks ambassador. But this is well before she starts talking about her lipedema. And she never talks about, oh, this is dairy-free, or oh, this is sugar-free, or any of the little hacks that you could do in order to make a Starbucks drink less of an inflammation bomb, right? And the reason I say this is because when Jordan Underwood very first got started getting treated for their lipedema in their legs, I don't know if this video is still up anymore, because Jordan had a bunch of videos up on their channel, and it was called the Lump Legs Saga, and I think we got to video 5 that Jordan was putting out. Jordan called it Lump Legs. Jordan did it. But anyway, my point is, one of the things Jordan went on about was how they couldn't have milk or cream anymore in their coffee, and they couldn't have sugar in their coffee anymore. And I mean, if you're adjusting to that for the first time, I'm sure it is a bit of a shock. Also, I think Starbucks has terrible black coffee, so there, I said it. Anyway, so I'm sure it is kind of bitter and nasty if it doesn't have a shit ton of cream and sugar in it. But Anna never talks about adjusting it like Jordan did. Jordan kept drinking Starbucks, but Jordan told you that, you know, they use the sugar-free syrups, or asked for them, and they asked for dairy-free substances and things like that. But Yeah. Anna never talks about adjusting the drinks, which if you really were like a lipedema warrior and you were also a Starbucks ambassador, wouldn't that be like really great advertising for Starbucks if you were like, yeah, I have to be on an anti-inflammatory diet because I've got lipedema, and at Starbucks you can get yada 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 and still be on your anti-inflammatory diet. That would be really, I feel like that would be good for Starbucks as an image, but I guess that never dawns on her. So what is OFC mean? I don't know. I am not hip with the lingo. Let's talk about my body. Okay, here we go. Anna has mentioned that she has lipedema before in the past, so it's not something that she's not mentioned. It's just she doesn't tend to dwell on it. This is the beginning. We're on April 13th here. This is the beginning of Anna starting to sprinkle little foreshadowing cookies along the trail, breadcrumbs along the trail. So this is one of the videos that is starting to lead us into that storyline. So let's start at the beginning of this one. People like to say a lot of mean things about my body. They like to remind me how big I am and how I haven't lost enough weight. They even say I'm lying. God, that goes by so fast. Who the fuck has time chance to read this? They even say I'm lying about my journey. Because you are. I have a condition called lipedema. Okay, first off, lipedema does not affect your ability to do a squat. Well, okay. It does. Lipedema does not affect your ability to do an exercise with correct form. And if you need to adjust the form so that it is still correct, but still accommodates your body, you never mentioned or showed or did that either. So lipedema is not at fault for your inability to work out. Okay. What's the other one here? Yeah, lipedema doesn't affect your ability to lift a weight, to swing it around your head like an idiot. It might affect your ability to walk on that thing, but I hate it anyway. I'm short. I don't like it. So she says, if you're not familiar with this condition, now also keep in mind, up to this point, and I don't know if she will in this, but up to this point, she has not complained about lipedemic pain at all. Period. This entire year and most of last year. I cannot recall a time last year where she complained about her lipedema causing her physical pain. She mentions flare-ups, but she doesn't mention what they are. But anyway, it's a progressive disorder, which means it does get worse over time. It doesn't have to, but you'd really need to watch Colin Mockery's very well done documentary expose on lipedema in the United States and the people who push for lipedema treatment in the US. It's very interesting. But anyway, he found that in there, it doesn't necessarily have to get worse with over time. Anyway, it's too hard to explain. Go watch the video. And it's where abnormal fat and connective tissues build up in your legs. Her mentioning the word connective tissue here is important because this is something that we don't hear her talk about. Okay, I cannot recall her talking about connective tissue before this. And pretty much, I think Colin was saying in the States, that's pretty much the only place where we talk about the connective issues. Ugh. And that's because of Dr. Karen Herbst, who is the leading expert in lipedema here in the States. And again, go watch Colin's video to understand why this is all very problematic. But Anna is now starting to use the language that Dr. Karen Herbst uses to describe lipedema. And also the guy who ends up being her lipo doctor, what was his name? Dr. Amron. he uses this language too because he works with Karen Herbst. Like, they work together. Hips, bottoms, and in case... Okay, it's where abnormal fat and connective tissues build up in your legs. Hips, bottoms, and in my case, arms. That is debatable. The hips and the bottoms and the legs, not so much. The arms, that's pretty much a US only thing. This fat cannot be burned by the body. So this is not entirely accurate. Also, fat isn't burned, it's reduced. So there's also that. Lipedemic fat is apparently completely different than normal body fat, as far as we understand now, currently. A lot of things that we thought we knew about shit has changed very recently, so. Including what the hell fat is. So once you have it, it's there for life. I believe that is also true. I think the only way to get rid of it is surgery. Because of this, I knew starting this journey that no matter how hard I worked out, how well I ate, girl, we saw you eat on vacation, okay? Don't. No matter how much muscle I built or how much cardio I did, yes, everyone, you must remember, Anna, much like Alexandra Rodriguez, is actually built like Chikara transformations underneath all of that lipedemic fat. Somewhere underneath that 4 inches of adipose tissue, somewhere in there, there's a Chikara. Chikara transformations. Somewhere in there. Anyway. The parts of my body might not change. Trying to explain that to people, I slowed it down because I couldn't read it. That went into this knowing full well that no matter how... Okay, hang on. Trying to explain that to people that I went into this knowing full well that no matter how hard I worked, my body may not change. Okay, here's the problem with this. Up until this point in April of 2024, Anna had been losing weight because she was on a weight loss drug. I can't remember if it was Wegovy or Mounjaro at this point, but she was on one of them. She had downplayed the fact that she was taking the weight loss drug to the point where most people didn't know she was on it. Now remember, she's got a following of 8.5 million people on TikTok, another 2.5 million on YouTube, and somewhere around 1.5 million on Instagram, something like that. Give me a second. The only place she mentioned being on a weight loss drug was on her Instagram feed. And she went back and edited that post to take out that she was on weight loss medication. So what she had been doing up till this point was basically allowing people to believe, because she was kind of selling it that way, and that she was losing weight purely from exercise, which again, not possible. But people were noticing that she was losing weight, and she had been losing size up till when she stopped taking the drugs, which will be around the time that she really starts hitting the lipedema story really hard. I think she has a breakdown crying moment in her hotel room after one of her vacations. I think it's the Disney vacation, but anyway. That's how she launches her lipedema storyline, is by having a good old cry on camera, you know, like normal people. Apparently we're all supposed to have emotional breakdowns on camera. So her sitting here claiming that when I started this journey last year-ish, her weight loss journey or fitness journey or whatever the hell she wants to call it, and she started losing weight and showing people how much weight she'd lost by showing us how well her clothes fit and yada, yada, yada. That's your body changing. So now she's trying to say that she went into this journey knowing that her body wouldn't change. So which is it, Anna? Are you losing weight and your body's changing? Or is your body static and not visibly shrinking? Anyway, let's continue. Especially when most people have never heard of your condition. It doesn't matter how well I take care of myself. My lipidemic fat will always be there. What you're seeing right now with this guy and her, he is literally teaching her how to walk. In her 3-part series about her running a 5K, this dude evaluated her gait and evaluated her run and effectively told her, you not only do you not run, you don't walk properly. Let's teach you how to walk correctly. Then we'll work on running. To which Anna just continuously said, I'm a runner, I'm a runner, I'm a runner. No, you're not. And you don't walk right. Now, this is an important detail right here for the future. This is a really important video, you guys. This is April 13th. Yeah. Because at some point when she gets evaluated for her, prior to her first surgery, she will talk about how much mobility she has lost. Now, while she's doing this, she talks about how she's gained mobility because of the training that she's gotten, and she's learned how to walk correctly because she didn't realize she had been walking the wrong way. Like the guy, I think he says she locks her knees. I swear I see her bend her knees, but I mean, I suppose he's the expert. He knows better. So he's teaching her how to bend her knee and take a step here. All right. So this is a very important moment. But Anna says again, my lipidemic fat will always be there. Also, explosive impact exercises are not recommended for people who have connective tissue disorders, especially when she hasn't started it yet, but she will start claiming that she has EDS, which is hypermobility. From everybody in my comments section who says they have it and things that I have myself read. High impact shit like this is not a good idea because your joints are hypermobile and you have a really high chance of hurting yourself permanently because your joints will pop out. I don't have this, so I'm just going off of what other people say and the internet, because the internet can never be wrong and no one ever lies in my comment section. Let's see. What does she say? Over time, I've realized that I may never have control over the size of certain parts of my body. I really wish it would quit doing that. So here she's trying to say that she's never going to be able, she's basically saying she's never going to be able to lose weight in her arms, her butt, her thighs, and her legs. And I think later on her gut. So basically she's saying she's stuck looking the way she is because literally all of the fat on her body is lipidemic fat. She doesn't come out right and say it here, but she will say it later. And I feel like this is one of those like foreshadowing moments where she's setting up that discussion. Let's see. What's to say? But what I can control is how much I let that affect what I can experience in my life. Okay. Inspiration, Anna. Sure, people are gonna hate my body. I mean, I hate this, but go back. Some people are gonna hate my body. You can call me ugly. I don't think she's ugly. You can say I'm lazy and it's all my fault. Let's unpack this one a little bit. Lipedema does, anyone can get lipedema according to the US. But lipedema has an incredibly high, what is that called? Correlation, words, with obesity. Now, if you are, the things that seem to matter the most about your chances of getting lipedema are that you were born female, and that sums it up. There you go. What increases your chances of getting lipedema? You were born female. Also, it doesn't mean you're doomed for it, but it does seem to require being triggered. And apparently one of the triggers is going through basically a major hormonal change. So puberty, pregnancy, menopause, the great moments in the cycle of a woman's life. Pretty much at any of those points, your body can just be like, F it, and just start creating lipidemic fat. Right. But your chances appear to be astronomically higher if you are also obese. So, I cannot for certain say that obesity causes lipedema. I can say, in my opinion, from the things that I have read and the things that I have heard through other people who are doctors, it does appear to me that being obese can trigger lipedema. So, Anna doesn't have lipedema because Anna was in my opinion, this is my opinion, Anna doesn't have lipedema because she was predisposed to have lipedema, because technically anybody born with 2 X chromosomes is, doomed from the start, right? I could catch it, right? Well, I'm obese too, so there we go. I think Anna's lipedema started on because Anna's always been obese. Like, she's always been big. And she says as much in her Life Full of Glitter book, and she says as much in her blog that started all the way back in, I think, 2012, where she was actually trying to lose weight. She mentions how she's just always been big, right? So Anna doesn't know what it's like to not be obese. But I think because she's been obese for so long, I think that triggered her lipedema. Now, you can say I'm lazy and it's all my fault. I don't want to be on here saying that lipedema is Anna's fault. And I think up to a point, again, remember I said she's always been big. So even as a child, she was large. And I feel like up to a point through your childhood, you're not necessarily responsible for your weight, because, your weight's going to correlate with how you're fed. And if your family's obese, which we know occurred, we know that her mother and her older sister, both passed away from complications due to obesity. And her dad's not svelte. So, but because of that, your kid's going to be big, right? If you're big, your kid's going to be big. That's just how it seems to work. Because you're eating like shit, you're going to teach your kid to eat like shit. Now, at some point, you stop being a child, right? And you become an adult. Anna's 39 in 2024. She turns 40 in October of 2024. Anna is well past the point where she can blame her health and her size on the actions of her parents, right? Yes, it sucks that she got started off in life as an obese child. You're dealt the hand you're going to have. It's not a great hand, but you got to play it the best you can, right? So at some point, it stops being your parents' fault and it does start being your fault. Anna even admits in her early vlogs through 2012 up to 2014, because she drops off the planet around 2015-ish. She does admit in those blogs that she's a food addict, that she has trouble with trigger foods, that she's fully aware that her size and her health are her problem to deal with. I can't remember if she mentioned if she had lipedema in 2012. I don't think she did. But I really haven't gotten that far in her blog, and I really do need to sit down and hammer that out this year. But that's the thing. Early Anna admitted that her size and her health is her problem, right? She's the only person who can get herself healthy. So when she says, you can say I'm lazy and it's all my fault, it kind of is. I mean, having the genetics to be predisposed to have lipedema, it's like you're required to carry a gallon of gasoline around with you at all times, right? The gasoline is inert as long as it's not, exposed to flame. You're the one who decides to pick up the lighter and start doing this number, right? It's not your fault that you have to carry the gasoline around. That would be you being predisposed to the lipedema. You were just lucky in the genetic pool. But Anna's the one walking around with the lighter doing this shit to the can of gasoline her entire life. So, in a way, and in the most important ways, it is your fault. Okay? Anyway, give me a second. I have this fine dusting of Metamucil on my desk, and I had no idea where it came from, and I'm like, why do I have sand all over my desk? It's equally weird that I have Metamucil all over my desk, but it's not actually. My my cat has to take Metamucil, and I opened the container on my desk to see if he would be interested in just eating it. He is not, but in the process, I spilt some on my desk. Anyway, that's a topic for another time. All right, we're gonna get through this video, I promise you. Da-da-da-da. But I know all the wonderful things I can do now. Yeah, whatever. She says that a lot. I'm sorry. This is, again, her learning how to walk properly. Because I choose to put in the work. I choose to push myself. I choose to be uncomfortable. I don't believe that for a second. And when I choose to show up when nobody believed I was. I choose to be uncomfortable, and I'm sorry, rereading that again. I learned not to focus on whether my body is bigger or smaller. Because in a lot of ways, I can't control that. I've had my rant on that one. You know how I feel. I focus on what my body is capable of. I can proudly say that I am capable of so much more now than I think what I've... Wait. Okay, that just ends there. Never mind. I think what I've realized more than anything... Is realized spelled correctly? Why? Why do I have to look at your ass? I think what I've realized more than anything is about how you feel, and right now I'm feeling pretty freaking great. Yay. Here's the thing with Anna. Anna has a good life, all right? Anna has the money and the ability to travel pretty much whenever she wants to. Anna has the luxury of getting a lot of free stuff, free clothes, free makeup, free perfume, free shoes, free services. Anna has a very rich background that she could fall back on should things not go well. And in all, Anna's had a great deal of success being a plus size influencer. Like, she's got a lot of articles written about her. She's been in a ton of different interviews. She's gotten to model for certain companies like Torrid. She tried to be a swimsuit illustrated model, but that didn't happen. So my point is that Anna's achieved a lot. And I don't want to take that away. If anything, I want to continuously remind people, Anna is very successful, okay? She published a book. It's not great, but she published a book. That's more than most people. So these kind of things, I just want to point these out. But even with all of that success, and that really is success, Anna's measurement of her own achievements is her health and her size. Anna brings these things up, right? If Anna was more concerned about showing people how successful she was and how great her life was, she wouldn't be worried about people commenting on her size and her appearance. I mean, yeah, it still stings because nobody likes to be called ugly, but she could turn around and be like, yeah, well, I modeled for Torrid. What did you do? Yeah, I went on 4 vacations over the spring. What did you do with your spring? You know, she has a lot of things she can turn around and rub people's faces in that are success, right? And she never does. She never falls back on the things that she's actually successful at. She always comes back to her body and her weight and her quote unquote health. Those are the things that she is the most insecure about and that she appears to evaluate success on. Or evaluate success by. Anyway, this girl's face. I'm so sorry. Can't wait to see y'all shine at San Antonio at the Torrid Casting Call 2024. You can apply online at torrid.com, Casting Call 2024. Anna did model. Here she goes. She's actually showing it. Wow, Anna modeled. I've never modeled. Have you modeled? Some people have. I used to know a girl who modeled. I knew 2 girls who modeled. And then they didn't model anymore. But anyway, this is actually not a terrible outfit. Holy shit. It's very important to Anna that you know she's a Swiftie. So this is 420. I'm having a little bit of introspection today. I'm just really, really grateful today. Last year, I decided to get more into the travel space. As an avid traveler, I wanted to show that even in a bigger body, I could be adventurous and find ways to adapt any experience. It's been hard and things haven't always gone as planned, but this past year, I have opened up my perspective of what is possible. I diss everything on my own dime because I believed in it, even though what I was doing was very different than traditional travel content. What did you do that was abnormal? Now, an entire year later, things are finally coming together. This week, yes, all this week, I was asked to attend 3 different travel experiences. If this last year taught me anything, change is incredibly painful and slow, but it's also beautiful. I was able to tell my story the way I wanted, and now I get to see people appreciate the value. I have no idea what she's talking about, to be perfectly honest with you. This trip was paid for. So I think she meant I did everything on my own dime. She didn't pay for this trip. I mean, maybe she paid for half of it. I don't know. But it's my understanding that she was asked to be on this trip. So maybe that's what she's talking about. I was asked to attend 3 different travel experiences. So, like I said, she was on like perpetual vacation pretty much from the point she'd finished her 5K till she started her lipedema journey. So anyway. Dancing to the first song that comes on at the gym. This is 422. Recently, I've been struggling with consistency. Really? I thought you always showed up for yourself, Anna. After my race ended, I just didn't know what was next. You totally dropped the hint that you were going to go do a 10K in Disney. Plus, I've had a lot of really big changes in my personal life, and it's been tough to figure out how to coordinate all of those changes. I have no idea. But I decided that this is really important to me, and I've got to find a way to make it work. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to be finding a way to have movement every day. I can choose how to move, whatever makes me happy. Today it was dancing and going on the elliptical, and who knows what will be tomorrow. All I know is that I'm going to keep showing up for myself because consistency is the most important thing. Here's my problem with this. Obviously, I have problems. My problem with this is the whole, like, I'm going to find a way to have movement every day. The fat acceptance movement likes to say this a lot. Joyful movement. Don't do exercise, do joyful movement. What does that mean? The difference between fat acceptance and BOPO and their joyful movement and everyone else and their exercise is that typically when you exercise, you have a routine. That's why it's called an exercise routine. You have a series of things that you do in sequence. And some people are way more elaborate. Some people it's I run on the treadmill for 5 minutes and I go home. Either way, you have a routine. It's the routine that makes sure that you're getting enough exercise when you go to work out, right? Joyful movement means I dusted today. It could mean I walked from my living room to the front door and back again. I got the mail, like Amber Lynn. Movement could mean when she walked back and forth from that tree. Granted, for her, that was exercise, but it's kind of that level, right? It could be Anna trying to do the flash dance here to, yeah, Maniac, never mind. Anyway. But unless you're going to a dance class like every week and you're doing this level of dance every week, or every other day or whatever your workout routine is, it doesn't matter. So you busted out and danced once in a 30-day period for how long is this? 19 seconds. It's not even the length of the song. Okay. Wow. You are a fitness queen. And then she says, today it was dancing and going on the elliptical. Who knows what will be tomorrow? That's the thing. Like, I have a workout routine. I know what I'm doing on Monday. I know what I'm doing on Wednesday. I know what I'm doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, I don't go to the gym that much. But my point is, I have arm day. I have leg day. I have full body day, right? And they follow in sequence. Arms, legs, full body. And when I do full body, I start over. It's not a, I'm just gonna go to the gym and just move some weights around kind of a thing. No, I know what I'm doing. I have a routine. And that's my thing. If you don't go into this with a plan, what is it? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that's what this is. She's failing to plan. And that's just what I want people to take away from that. Anyway. Also, hang on. We are starting the lipedema journey. Again, this is very important. Anna claims during her lipedema journey that she can barely move, everything is painful, her arms are painful, her legs are painful, her thighs are painful, she can't move her legs, she can barely lift her arms. This is the same trip. And I think she went on this trip like in February? She's just milking this thing for as many mini clips as she can. She doesn't look that big. Oh my god, I forgot about this one. All right. This is Anna when she was a child. She doesn't look that big. The way she makes it sound is like she was like big. But she doesn't look that big. This is all baby Anna. Ickle whittle baby Anna. Nyarm. God, just the age of these pictures. That fucking alligator. Everybody had that stupid shirt. And if that's not Oshkosh Pagosh, I will drink more tea. I'm just saying, like, I know these clothes. That haircut, though, was very in for the time. Don't get me wrong. You're supposed to balance it on your nose. Jeez. Come on. See, now I can start seeing the weight. I don't know so much here. But, like, here I can start seeing the weight coming on. You can definitely see that she's an overweight kid here. And then we have this shit. Anna is very insecure about when people call her physically weak. Anna is very determined that she will be seen as a beast of a woman, apparently. Yet still very feminine. I mean, you can be both, I guess, but Anna's neither. So this clip is her rocking back and forth with a full-grown man in her arms. I don't know what she's trying to prove here, other than she's gonna throw her back out. I mean, that's you don't lift with your back, Anna. Anyway. It's just one of those really cringy moments where Anna's trying to show us how, like, hardcore she is, and it's just embarrassing. Alright, this is a very important video. Not because anything important happens in the video, like, she just sits there and stares at the camera like an idiot. But it says, POV, you're at the doctor's appointment that will literally change your life. This is her first visit to Dr. Amron, or one of her first. This is the first time we see her visit Dr. Amron. Let me put it that way. Yesterday, this is April 29th. Yesterday, I flew to LA to meet with a specialist, Dr. Amron, to discuss removal of my lipedema. She's going to get liposuction. I just returned home from my appointment, and mentally I am overwhelmed. On the one hand, I feel more sane, because Dr. Amron told her that she has no more burnable fat on her body, and all of the fat on her body is lipedema. I stopped losing weight a few months ago, and I thought I was the problem. It's those damn air calories is what it is. I knew I had lipedema, and I know she's known she's had it for a while, but surely I still had normal fat I could lose, right? Yes. 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 I must not. I must be not doing enough. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time reading today. The comments that have haunted me for years expand their space in my brain. You're not working hard enough. It doesn't matter how hard you work out. You know, you're eating too much. You are. You're lying to yourself. I mean, if you really want to sit here and believe that you have no more burnable fat on your body, girl. The copium is strong with this one. Today I found I have spent the last few months beating myself up for no reason. According to my appointment, my lipedema is severe, and right now the majority of weight I have to lose is unburnable by my body. This means surgery, or rather, multiple surgeries are needed. I knew surgery was in my future, but I wasn't prepared for this. It's been a lot to take in. I don't have any wise words today. I'm just trying to process what this means for me. Lipedema, self-care, healing, health. Now, she hasn't started telling us that, well, she hasn't started hashtagging Lipedema Warrior yet. And she hasn't started telling us that she is a ambassador for Amron's company yet. She will in the future. But Anna, does it happen in this video, in this month? Or was it last year? Anna has this video of her running across the beach. And it's a video. But she tries to... Okay, it's important that you understand that she's like... It's in slow motion for first. And for second, it's like you can see the shock waves going through her excess of her body. She's wearing a bikini, so you have a full display. My point is, in that video, she is trying to convince us that all the jiggling is actually loose skin because she's lost so much weight, you guys. And it's so apparently not loose skin. It doesn't even remotely look like loose skin. And now here we are at April 29th, and she wants us to think that not only is she not losing weight anymore, so where'd the loose skin go, but she is unable to burn any of the fat on her body anymore because everything that's left on her body is lipedema. And not long after this, well, we'll get there, spoilers, she starts claiming that her mobility is going away. I just want to remind everybody of all the swimming and the hiking and the dancing on camera and the 5K that she ran in March, that her mobility is going away and she can't even do the pigeon pose anymore. We'll get there. We'll get there. Anna used to do a lot of yoga too, so Anna is knowledgeable about yoga. There was a point where she was trying to rebrand herself as a yoga guru, like for reals. And that didn't go very far, but I just want to point out that Anna is aware of and knows how to do yoga. But so she's trying to get into the pigeon pose and she's like, I can't even get into it. And it's like, girl, you're not getting into the pigeon pose correctly because your mobility is down. You're not getting into the pigeon pose because you have too much mass to physically get into the pigeon pose. Anyway. All right, so this is May. This is May 1st. So, yeah, chronic illness warrior. I forgot we started off with that one. Anna decides to become the spokesperson for everyone who has ever had lipedema, right? So now Anna has moved away from 5K Anna and vacation every weekend Anna to lipedema warrior. I can't do anything because everything hurts. This is Anna explaining to us what lipedema is. I'm just going to let it run. What is lipedema? This is a general overview of my condition and how it's affected my life. It is no way inclusive of every person's struggle. I hope this video opens the door to awareness, discussion, and compassion for those living with this condition. Also, just because someone doesn't talk about their pain doesn't mean they're not living with it. I mean, yes, but no. You're constantly online. It's different. Um, yeah. I know a lot of amazing women who suffer in silence. I was one of them. I'm going to actually back this up because I think she says things like you shouldn't trust. She basically insinuates that you shouldn't trust any sources except for her and Dr. Amron. And I don't remember if it's this video or another one, but I don't think there's music in it.
First things first, I just want to say thank you guys. I was not expecting the response I had for the video I posted. Honestly, it was just a moment of bravery that I posted it, and just feeling so supported was really amazing.
A moment of bravery? I totally wasn't planning on posting this video, even though I set my camera up across the room so I could sit there and totally act like I'm waiting impatiently for something. Okay. That totally wasn't planned. Right, gotcha.
But I also realized from that post that a lot of people do not know about or even understand my condition, and I wanted to take just like a little bit of time to do a tiny bit of education.
I will give her this. I didn't really understand what lipedema was. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. I knew what lipedema was because Jordan Underwood had gone through it before this. So, and I had covered that on the channel when Jordan Underwood was going through it. And it still is. They're still treating it, obviously. It's kind of a chronic condition. That being said, I had a vague awareness of what it was, but I will say this. I know a hell of a lot more about it now because of Anna than I ever did. And I know that there are several other people that are very well versed in the difference between lipedema and lymphedema now, and what one is and what isn't, and yada, 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 and treatments and all this shit. We have learned a lot because of Anna. Have we learned it from Anna? No.
So, what is lipedema?
It's the abnormal buildup of adipose tissue or fat in the legs and arms, and it's special because
this was this year. This was like February. No, this was like March or February. Okay, I just need you all to remember the timeline.
Fat is not burnable by the body.
Lipedema tissue is difficult to reduce by diet, exercise, or bariatric surgery. Difficult. Not impossible. Difficult. What is she? Nope, she sure doesn't. She doesn't show the name of this paper. She doesn't show the name of the... Anna is terrible at citing sources. Absolutely terrible. All you had to do was scroll up a little bit so we could see the rest of the names on this paper. But this tells me you didn't want me to know, because it would have been very easy for you to just kind of tuck methods down here. You still would have had the ability to highlight this section, and I would have been able to see the paper and the names of the researchers. I'm just pointing out that she's shit when it comes to citing sources.
Not burnable by the body, which means diet and exercise won't have any effect on it.
Yes, that's not true, but anyway.
Extremely painful for most people with lipedema, and it feels for me like a giant bruise. It also has an unusual texture. You can see here it has like an orange peel texture, and it also has these...
This is that song. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Is that a real song? What was I made for? I'm gonna have to look that up. People have pointed out that this looks like regular cellulite. I don't doubt that Anna has lipedema. I really don't. But I don't know. I don't know how severe it is, not a doctor, but some of the shit that she's gotten told by Amron and Herbst is just very illogical, I guess.
These ridges. People who have lipedema also have lots of varicose veins, and they bruise really, really easy. So when people talk about surgery for it, it's not for aesthetics.
I watched you haul your ass out of the ocean, pulling on a rope, and you fell to the side and almost completely off the ladder, and you didn't have a mark on you. If you were going to bruise, now maybe they developed the next day, but if you were going to bruise like a plum, you would have. I'm just saying. I watched you scramble up a rock using your knees, your hands and your knees to get up on it. If you were to bruise as easily as you claim you do here, you would have had bruises by the time you got up that rock. I'm just saying, there's just... And you like to show off a lot of skin. So we have a lot of opportunities to see whether or not you're physically bruised or not. And I just don't ever recall seeing large numbers of bruises on her. So I just call bullshit.
It's about quality of life. First things first, I just want to say thank you guys.
Why did she cut that off?
So when people talk about surgery for it, it's not for aesthetics. It's about
It's totally for aesthetics.
quality of life.
I'm not saying... Notice she's holding a Starbucks while she's telling us about lipedema. This is like a half inch of syrup at the bottom of this drink. Tell me about your anti-inflammatory diet again, Anna. Anna loves her own ass. This is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And Anna's up here in pain. Anna's in pain, you guys. She's in physical pain right now. Anyway, I don't care about the rest of it. She says, so can we listen to this one?
So real talk, since I started partnering with Starbucks, I have just been drinking all the refreshers. And you know what? It's actually starting to affect my fashion.
And not a single one of those is sugar-free from my understanding. Here's the thing. This is just another style thing for Anna. I do wonder with all the Starbucks things, though, like, she went on that retreat early in the year to the Starbucks Influencer Extravaganza, where she became an ambassador. And it's very evident from the clips that she was basically just cutting that up and sprinkling it throughout the months. Because her outfits were the same, her makeup was the same, she was with the same group of people, you know, so it's obviously the same video, just being chopped up. And all of that occurred long before, year-wise, the lipedema journey started. So that's what I'm wondering is, you know, I'm giving her shit for this, but is it entirely possible that she filmed all of these, hey, I'm drinking these sugar-laden, dairy-laden drinks long before she decided she was going to be a lipedema warrior? Bad planning. And now that she's an ambassador, she's basically required to put these out. But again, why not go and be like, hey, I have lipedema. I have to be on a low inflammatory diet. This is how I adjust my Starbies so that it fits into my new diet. Jordan Underwood did it. Jordan Underwood is not an ambassador for Starbucks, as far as I know. Or wasn't at the time, let me put it that way. This is May 7th. If you've been waiting here a while, you know I love summer, water and swimming, and showing my sweet dance moves. Thanks to you, Virgin Voyages, for hosting me this trip so I can share my favorite things with you. So this is vacation number 2? No, hang on. We went to Puerto Rico. That one she may have paid for herself. I'm not positive. We went to the Virgin Islands for free. And now we're on Virgin Voyages, not the same, for free. Is this the same one as the Disney one? Oh my god, this is making me dizzy. Here it is. You just have to absorb this. Yes, I have loose skin. Yes, it, along with my lipedema, is frustrating. Do you have loose skin or do you have lipedema? However, I refuse to let my loose skin stop me from having fun. Baby, is this lipedema or is this loose skin? Because I don't think it can be both. I don't know, it might be able to. I don't know, tell me down below. Even though my body looks different, then it still is working hard to support me. It's your body, Anna. You are. Anyway. And it deserves my love and respect. I guess. Sure. Whatever. We're just aliens inside weird spaceships. I am so proud of how my body supports me. I am too. I give it a gold star every day. In all the things I do. I appreciate it. So even though my body may look different than other people, think it should. Maybe, no. I am still going to be out here doing the things that bring me joy. Cool. Whatever, man. She wants you to believe that all this jiggling is loose skin and lipedema. That's what she wants you to believe. That none of this is burnable fat. Even now, in May, she's like, I have loose skin. Well, I thought you weren't losing weight anymore. Where's the loose skin coming from? And lipedema. I thought that was kind of the point of lipedema, is it made you fat and tight. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm insane. I've never had lipedema. So y'all will have to tell me down in the comments section down below. I am running a mile at sea. Lap 1. Oh yeah, this video. Lap 2. Freaking wind. I hate this wind. Lap 3. Lap 4. Either, I just want to show you something in this video. We're going to run a mile, right? Blue sky horizon, lap 1. Blue sky horizon, lap 2. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, she's just bitching about the wind here. All right. Freaking wind. Hate this wind. That one is important because the sun was over here. Now, that could have been lap 2 because this is now lap 3. We have blue sky. It looks like the sun's over here, right? Lap 4, blue sky. So, when she was bitching about the wind, the sun was over here. That was lap 2, right? She had blue sky, and then the sun was over here. These last couple laps that she's done, the sun's been over here. She's been running into the sun, not away from the sun. Last lap meets you at the finish line. See, she's running into the sun again. I'm just saying, either John moved position, because this is John filming her, by the way. Either John moved positions every lap, every couple laps or so, or the boat, in the time it took Anna to run a mile, the boat rotated. Or for whatever reason, Anna is running back and forth and calling them laps. I'm not entirely sure. I've never been on a cruise. I don't know how this shit works. But anyway. And now the sun is... The angles just keep changing and I don't know why. And it makes it very hard to believe that she ran a mile. Let's see. Never let people tell you what you can't do. We'll watch this one because I think the sound is okay on this one.
Quick question. Sorry to interrupt your workout.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if I could shoot you a hype video. Basically, this is some of the work that I do. Would you be down for it?
I mean, I guess if you can keep up.
We have to like take the sound out. What does any of... What workout are you doing where you have to have a full-grown man on your shoulders? I don't even think CrossFit does that shit. She damn near broke her knees on that one. A lot of people tell me that I can't do certain things, so I love coming to the gym and proving I can. Good for you. Wow, she's mad at that punching bag. Take that punching bag. I don't like the way you looked at me. Anyway. Anna's... This is the same video from earlier where she was just like... It was like a bunch of pictures of her as a child, and then she was like... lifting this guy up and down in the air. Same video, obviously. Same guy. I don't understand her need to be toxically masculine. There's nothing wrong with being masculine. It's just like... Every bro dude doing a workout video incorrectly and the whole time. Anna has to do that like it's proving that she is so strong and so capable and such an inspiration. It's like, I don't like when guys do that shit. Why am I gonna like it when a female does it? Right? It doesn't make you look good. It looks bad no matter who's doing it. It looks like you have either no self-control, you don't know what you're doing in the gym, and you're making up for it by looking like a super aggressive a-hole. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I wouldn't want to work out with someone like Anna. Like, if I went to the gym, and I do, and I saw somebody like Anna doing bullshit like that, deadlifting a dude. I don't even think you would call that a deadlift. I don't know what you'd call that, honestly. Having a guy up on her shoulders while she's doing squats. You know, that's like stupid pet tricks. You know, it's just, I would leave, I guess, is what I would do. I wouldn't want to be in the room because I would be that second-handedly embarrassed. Artsy, this is May 17th. To say I'm obsessed with these photos is an understatement. Also, just a little reminder that you can love your body and celebrate it while simultaneously working to improve it. If your body showed up for you today, it deserves all your love and respect. Well, as I didn't just walk around as a entity of light all day long, I'm gonna guess my body showed up for me today. Thanks, body. You're welcome. I don't care about the photos so much as I cared about, like, the little clip here. What simultaneously working to improve it? Is your body changing because you're working out and you're losing weight, or is your body in stasis because you have lipedema? Which is it? The back and forth drives me nuts. Anyway, POV, you just realized that you woke up and chose chaos by wearing jeans for a 5-hour flight. I don't understand. I've never been on a 5-hour flight. I don't know why jeans are a problem. This is 528, coming back at you brighter than ever. To be honest, the last couple days have been hard, and I just decided to take a break because everybody deserves a little break once in a while. Basically, I dropped my phone off a 10-story building, but that's a story for another day. Okay. I'm guessing... Why? How? How did you drop your phone off a 10-story building? How are you outside at 10 stories in order? I don't want to know. Also, because of losing my CPAP, I just wasn't sleeping well and finding it really hard to do everything. Anna left her CPAP on the plane, the same plane that she was like, I can't believe I wore jeans. I still don't understand why that's a thing, but yeah, Anna left her CPAP on the airplane there and then tried to claim that it got stolen after telling us that she left her CPAP on the machine. I'm like, girl, you said that. Anyway, I just got overwhelmed, so I took a break, and that's not something to be embarrassed about. I mean, yeah, whatever. That's just taking care of yourself. You are always taking care of yourself. So if you need a break, give yourself some space today. You earned it. With that, I hope you guys have an amazing week and enjoy the most Monday-ish Tuesday ever. And yes, I tie-dyed this myself. Let me know if you want to see how. And if you go over to YouTube, I think it's still up there. POV, you invented a new way to DDR. I don't even understand why. Other than she just wants to be goofy. All right. We are in March, April, May, June. We are in June now. We're going to stop here. And we're going to do June and July in a totally different video. And yeah. You remind me of Amy Schumer. I don't really know who Amy Schumer is. Maybe she does. But yeah, so this is another longer video. We did make it through April and May. And what April and May brought us was Anna going on another vacation with Virgin Mobile. And Anna beginning her lipedema story arc. And in April, she was just kind of hinting at it. And then in May, we full on started it. Well, we're starting to full on start it. We haven't met all of the major players in the lipedema storyline yet. I think we meet them in the next couple. But yeah, so we're heading into June and July. This is June and July are the first. I want to say they're the setup for the first and second surgeries. And pretty much from the second surgery on, she's in so much pain and she's recovering slowly and yada yada yada. That's when she really starts taking off on threads. She really starts like just word vomiting on threads, and she keeps telling people, I'm recovering, and she talks about her 40-pound flare-ups and other things like that. And this is where we start becoming familiar with Karen Herbst and Amron. I can't remember his first name. So Dr. Herbst and Dr. Amron. And where we as an audience start learning more about lipedema and lymphedema, and we start fact-checking Anna again. And Anna doubles down on trying to convince us that she has no weight to lose. It's also where we start seeing Anna gain weight. And the reason she starts to gain weight, because I think it's at the end of the Virgin Cruise, where she has her cry breakdown on camera. And that's where she tells us that she's going to be having surgery for her lipedema. Or I think that's what she says. Anyway, we'll find out when we get there. But where was I going with this? Anyway, that's where she doubles down on it. But we find out that she had to quit taking her medications before surgery, which is standard practice from what I understand. And the medication she had to quit taking was Wegovy or Mounjaro. I think she stopped taking it long before her surgery dates, because she talks about how she'd been off of it for a month. And that was well before her surgery. So, and usually they only tell you that you can't have stuff for like a week to 2 weeks. So I don't know why they would have told her she needed to quit taking that specifically for a month. But I'm not her surgeon, especially since it was just liposuction and she didn't even go under fully. They did a twilight sedation on her. I don't know anything about that. I personally would not opt for it if I didn't have to, because I don't like the idea of even vaguely being aware of what's happening. I don't want to know. Anyway, that is all things we get to look forward to. So, I don't know. Let me know what your favorite moment, your favorite Anna 2024 Anna moment was between April and May. Did I miss something? Again, remember, I'm just going over the TikToks right now. So if it's something that's on her Instagram or on YouTube or Facebook, I definitely will miss it if it's on Facebook. But if it's something on one of her other platforms, we're not looking at those right now. I don't think we will, honestly, just because she posts the most on TikTok and she tends to leave up videos that she deletes off of YouTube, especially on TikTok. Now, one thing she does do on Instagram that I have no way of catching is she likes to leave stories that, you know, they delete after 24 hours. So there's a lot of stuff that happened that we can't really, like the whole running saga. That was recorded pretty well by the reaction community, but there's other things that have happened that I didn't catch because I wasn't following her. And then she blocked my main channel, so I'm blocked by Anna, you guys, because I'm mean. I am a little bit, probably. Anyway, when we come back, we will start in June. We'll do June and July, and then we'll head into August and September. I think we will be able to do October, November, and December all in one video. And if we can't, I'll probably try to do it. But basically from like October 10th until recently, she's desperately trying to sell her winter sweaters and her pajama sets. So that's a whole story arc in its own right. Oh, you can see I didn't realize you could see the TV. Anyway, these are my new glasses. I don't care. So yeah, let me know what your favorite Anna moment was in April and May. If you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a cruise boat or a sailboat or some variety of boat as your emoji down in the comments section. Yeah, don't forget to like and do subscribe if you're enjoying these. We do all kinds of fun stuff over here. And that's all I've got for you guys. So I will see you in the next one. Bye!
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.